Whack a snitch. Whack is a cop working. If you notice, every time something happens in the street, like with the Quando Rondo situation, how do you know so much about? Like, I don't even know that much about that. You talk about he done robbed a nigga and did this. Like, how do you know this unless you getting police reports?
In a shocking twist, new reports suggest Lil Durk may have been targeted while behind bars by members of his own OTF circle. What seemed like loyalty has now turned into betrayal, as insiders claim certain affiliates allegedly plotted to take him out during his incarceration.
The Free Durk campaign has begun.
Every day I'm gonna wake up trolling.
They just gave Durk the keys to the city. They just took the keys.
They knew he was the key. Then he got a key to the city. They took that back too, right?
Do you think this is something that Lil Durk knew was coming?
People who get away with wake up every day and think about it, homie. Not only they wanted Quando head, they had his girl cousin twice on her head. Got him in a wiretap. I don't know how you gonna beat that.
He booked 2 flights. He booked a flight to Italy and I believe it was Switzerland. He was trying to flee the country.
He'll be there to trial. The trolls were up and down. Durk was gonna get me for King Von. He offered them money and a lucrative record career.
From jail politics to deep-rooted tension within the crew, the situation surrounding Durk's time locked up is more dangerous than ever imagined. In this video, we're diving into what really went down, who was involved, and what this means for Lil Durk and the future of OTF.
Real Pat. He actually died in your arms.
Did that happen to my right hand, man?
Got it back in blood, y'all just don't know that's how it's supposed to be.
My beef is really mainly in the music industry. You coulda did this, he coulda did this, your little partner coulda did this. This the only thing about this life shit, my nigga. Ain't no rules. I might feel like I ain't shooting at that man hoe just cause I see her right here. You might feel like that. But you gotta live by no rules. Niggas commit a ass of crimes and wait till they go to jail to start praying. I ain't got no beef with nobody.
They said that you were the intended target in that situation.
All that shit you heard was cap. Nobody know what the fuck really going on.
The incident, which initially appeared to be a targeted robbery, is now raising red flags as more details continue to emerge. Allegedly, this wasn't the work of outsiders, but insiders. The attack took place in a private, gated community, and authorities arrived en masse. Reports suggested it may have been tied to an ongoing investigation involving shootings and potential gang activity.
Tell me move that spot, wherever that spot is. Get out of here. No, we don't live there. Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been in my house. For real? I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids.
Academics shared that residents in the area confirmed the overwhelming law enforcement presence, hinting that federal agents were executing a search warrant related to the incident. As shocking as this development is, what truly makes it alarming is the growing theory that individuals from Lil Durk's OTF, only the family crew, may have had knowledge or even involvement in the event.
With life in the street. Now, when you look at some of these younger artists and you see how they idolize you and idolize your music, and then you see them get caught up.
Yeah.
Do you have conversations with them? Like, I remember Casanova, and you was trying to talk to Casanova, Troy Ave, and now Lil Durk. Do you have conversations with them and be like, I've seen this play before?
The Chateau Elon neighborhood is known for its high level of security and exclusivity, offering a space where high-profile residents can maintain their privacy. But at approximately 5 a.m. on July 11th, that calm was shattered. A group of armed individuals forced their way into Durk's home in a calculated and brazen home invasion. Despite the sophisticated security measures in place, the intruders managed to breach the residence, catching the couple off guard. The incident escalated quickly. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, a shootout occurred inside the home as Durk and India Royale returned fire in self-defense. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, but the intruders fled the scene before they could be apprehended. This attempt on Lil Durk's life, so soon after the death of his brother, only deepened suspicions about internal betrayal and raised further concerns regarding the security and loyalty within his own circle. In the immediate aftermath of the attempted home invasion, Lil Durk took to the studio to express the weight of the moment. On the track Pissed Me Off, the rapper directly addressed the break-in and the emotions it stirred. With lyrics like, "Nigga ran inside my crib, but the Glock 10 was by the bed, and I'll give my gun to India before I put it in your hand," Durk gave listeners a glimpse into the betrayal he felt and the trust he placed in India Royale during the incident. Around that same period, 50 Cent, who had recently collaborated with Durk on the track Power Powder Respect, shared some advice. Having navigated the dangerous waters of the music industry and street ties, 50 offered Durk a sobering warning. In an interview on The Breakfast Club, 50 was asked whether he ever gave advice to rising rappers about avoiding the pitfalls of street life. Without naming names, he spoke about younger artists needing to be extremely cautious about those closest to them, especially when money and fame start changing the dynamics within a crew. That moment added weight to an already growing theory. Lil Durk's enemies may have been closer than he thought. As the tension continued to build around Lil Durk's situation, more unsettling details began to surface. Among the revelations was an alarming insight from none other than 50 Cent himself. According to insiders, 50 had pulled Durk aside and warned him directly, "Watch the people around you." At the time, Durk allegedly confessed to 50 Cent that someone from his inner circle had already leaked his address. That leak nearly led to a home invasion, a moment that would later be confirmed in court filings and interviews. The revelation added fuel to the theory that this was no random attack, but the result of an inside betrayal. Though no official statement has confirmed which OTF members may have been involved, the rumors have continued to grow. OTF's reputation in the streets speaks for itself. An organization with multiple ties to shootings, retaliations, and coordinated attacks. The crew has been involved in numerous high-profile incidents, but one of the most shocking would be the extended plot against another rapper, Quando Rondo. That situation traces back to the 2020 death of King Von in Atlanta, a loss that shook Chicago and deeply affected Durk's circle. While Quando Rondo had once been considered an affiliate of OTF, even joking with Lil Durk and Von about street rivals in public, that friendship evaporated the moment Von lost his life. In an interview with DJ Academics, Durk even acknowledged the former connection, admitting that he, Von, and Quando used to mock their shared opposition. But the streets don't forgive, and what followed after Von's death would become one of the most calculated responses in recent hip-hop history. Coincidentally, Quando Rondo and Lil Tim were also at the same lounge. Rondo had opted to stay in his vehicle and rest, skipping the club atmosphere. Lil Tim remained by his side, an unexpected decision that would prove critical. As Von arrived and received word that Rondo was nearby, he jumped out of his SUV with a few members of his entourage and immediately confronted Quando in the parking lot. A fight broke out. Von, along with several affiliates, attacked Rondo in the lot, landing punches and knocking him to the ground. As the confrontation intensified, Lil Tim stepped out of the vehicle, pulled out a firearm, and began shooting. In the chaos, King Von was hit multiple times. Two off-duty officers who were stationed near the venue responded quickly, opening fire and wounding Lil Tim in the process. Following the shooting, Von's team rushed him to the hospital. Meanwhile, Quando and Tim also fled to the emergency room in a separate vehicle. Both groups arrived at the same facility, but further conflict was avoided. Tragically, King Von did not survive his injuries and was pronounced dead following surgery. The hip-hop community was shaken. Behind the scenes, retaliation was already being planned. Court documents later revealed that in the immediate aftermath of Von's death, Lil Durk allegedly issued coded messages to members of OTF. The goal was clear: retribution. According to reports, DeAndre Wilson, a cousin of Durk and OTF affiliate, encouraged crew members by promising substantial rewards to anyone who would help carry out the murder of Quando Rondo. These included cash incentives and the promise of music opportunities through OTF. It didn't take long before those threats became action. In 2021, Quando Rondo faced his first major attempt on his life. That night began at a Georgia nightclub where Rondo and his crew were in attendance. While the event itself seemed normal, the streets were watching. Not far from the club, a trap was being set. As the night progressed, Quando's crew made their way to a convenience store. That's when gunfire erupted. Dozens of shots were fired, and one of Rondo's close associates was hit. The shooters fled before police arrived, and Rondo narrowly escaped with his life. This attack marked the beginning of a series of targeted incidents. Investigators began to suspect the shooting was tied directly to the bounty allegedly placed by Lil Durk in response to Von's death. What had started as a street-level feud had escalated into a high-profile war with legal consequences and industry-wide ramifications. As soon as word spread that OTF was facing serious legal pressure, one name immediately rose to the forefront of online discussion: OTF Jam. And with that, what started as a tight-knit crew rising through the ranks of hip-hop now faces one of its biggest challenges yet. Whether it's internal betrayal, public scrutiny, or mounting legal trouble, OTF stands at a crossroads. What do you think will happen next with OTF? Are the walls truly closing in, or is there still a path forward for Lil Durk and his camp? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you never miss another update. Stay locked in. More breaking stories are just around the corner.